My name is Navigator, and yes, I know it's quite the crowded screen here, but as you can tell by the title, this is my Friday haul. Quite the lot here. So, I hit up a couple places. Earlier this week, I was communicating with a gentleman from Blast from the Past Toys and Comics, which is located inside the Mohawk Antique Mall in Mohawk/Herkimer, New York. So I have a bunch of stuff from them that I'm going to be highlighting here. And then I also grabbed some stuff from online, kind of Ringside collectibles. And then I also made my way out to Toying Around in Johnstown, New York today. So yeah, this is going to be my Friday haul video. And I'll shout them out, hopefully in the thumbnail. So there you go. Put it in there so I remind myself. But anyways, let's get started and I'll clear this stuff away as we get through it. So the first thing, you actually can't see it here. It is up top. This is going to be a Kenner Power of the Force little play set here. This is actually the detention block. And I saw this, it was $12, and I actually have a bonus here, which I'll show off in a second, but I thought this was really cool, and I figured, no pun intended, this would probably work with 6-inch figures as well. I know the door frame is a little short there, but it was just really, really cool. I really liked how this looked. And again, I could use 3 3/4 inch as figures as well, but you guys know I love play sets and stuff like that, so this is really cool. There's like a little bubble gunner here that kind of moves around, and like I said, you could have a 6-inch figure. So, that's my hand right there. Here, let's grab Execution here, who we'll show off in a second. He scales fairly well there. You could have some of those G.I. Joe classified guys kind of crouching down, but that's exactly what I think I'm going to use this for, is my G.I. Joe classified area. But we do have that. And then we also have this bag of accessories that came with it, but I'll kind of mess around with that on my own time. So I'll put this to the side here. And we'll get into the rest of the stuff from Blast from the Past. The next thing that we have here is going to be the DC Universe Classics Darkseid Build-A-Figure. At least I believe this is the Build-A-Figure. This is really, really cool, and I got it for a really great price of about $55, which was just incredible, especially for these DC UC Build-A-Figures. And I know it's not really focusing, but there you go. He's got this really cool, like, Thanos-esque glove almost. I got to do my research and figure out what that is in the lore, but still, really cool. I have a McFarlane Darkseid from the film currently on my display shelf, and I think this would be a great upgrade, and it will free up some space on the shelf as well, so I had to get that. Another DC Universe Classics Build-A-Figure that I can show off here, hopefully without knocking everybody over, is going to be Gorilla Grodd. And I really just did a quick cursory eBay glance at this, so I'm almost like 99% sure that this is the DC UC Gorilla Grodd. But Gorilla Grodd, another Build-A-Figure. I like getting those Build-A-Figures. And another just classic Flash villain, kind of a staple in really any DC collection. Gorilla Grodd there. And the only other thing that I got from Blast from the Past was my first, actually, Jim Duggan WWE Elite. This is incredible. I've actually had the opportunity of meeting Jim Duggan. You can see my review of my experience of meeting him on the channel here. It should be from one of my, what was it? Not Niagara, but Buffalo Comic-Con, or what do they call it? What's the other nickname? I forget what they call it. I don't know. Oh, Nickel City Con. There you go. Nickel City Comic-Con. Go look for my videos on there. But I'm a huge fan of Jim Duggan. He's another New York native. He's from Glens Falls, New York, which is not too far from me. And I just always wanted this Elite. And for $25, I really could not ask for too much more. He's got the singlet on under there, which is incredible. The soft goods shirt, the 2x4, and then the American flag. Hopefully they do an upgrade. I would love an Ultimate Edition of Jim Duggan. One of, if not my favorite, face from that kind of golden era, or I don't even know if that's what they call it, but that era of wrestling. I really am a huge fan of Jim Duggan. Quick little story. Okay, I gotta tell it. So my girlfriend really is not into wrestling. She was really nervous kind of meeting a bunch of these wrestlers and didn't really want to when I was at Nickel City. I mean, the Hardys were there. Slaughter was there. There were a bunch of guys. But I saw Jim Duggan and his wife sitting there, and there really was nobody. There was actually completely nobody in line. So we just walked right up to him, and my girlfriend was kind of hesitant, and I just kind of outed her. I was like, she's a little nervous, yada, yada, yada. And his wife actually kind of was not nervous herself, but was very soft-spoken, and she kind of made a little friend with my girlfriend, and Jim Duggan and I kind of hit it off great. But it was just a really awesome experience with him. I am a massive fan of Jim Duggan. I just had to get that out there. Of course, this is my first Jim Duggan figure. All right, we'll get him off screen, though, and we'll continue on. I think that's everything from Blast from the Past. So we'll get to everything from Toying Around now. And actually, this came with Jim Duggan as well. I should mention that. But everything from Toying Around, the two things that I was really going out there for were these loose Macho Man and Hulk Hogan Funko Pops. For some reason, I don't know what it is, and I reviewed them here on the channel. I like getting loose Funko Pops from Toying Around, specifically WWE ones. So I have Punk and Bret Hart together on my gaming desk, along with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and Triple H in their DX gear. And I kind of have them like lining my Xbox. And I figured I have space to add two more in, and I saw these loose at Toying Around, and I was like, who else would I get? So I have kind of Attitude Era with the DX, kind of the golden era with these guys, and then a little bit of the modern era, and I guess the golden with Bret and Punk. But really cool, and these are fairly valuable pops too. What were they, like 17 and 20 each loose? So I really like how these look, very classic, and yeah, super cool. Reminds me of that golden age of Funko Pops when there weren't a ton of detail in them. But the loose figures that we grabbed, like I said, we got that Executioner. He's another Batman villain that I need to add to my Bat Cave that I recently set up. I showed that off recently. You can check out my recent videos. But we do have Executioner here. Missing a bunch of his parts, but that's okay. I have things I can fill him in with. And I almost bought him on Amazon. And then I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to Toying Around this weekend. I think that Executioner is still there, and he was, so I grabbed him. All right. Couple more bits and pieces here with loose figures. Number one, we did get a basic John Morrison. They do not have an AEW figure of John Morrison, and I didn't really check. I mean, it was only like a $5 figure, so it wasn't really that much of a gamble. But as you guys know, I like adding basics to my AEW collection. The lack of articulation makes them fit in better with the Jazzwares figures, I think. So we have John Morrison, or what is he, Johnny TV, on AEW, but we have him to add to my AEW backstage setup. And then this is that bald Shawn Michaels Saudi Arabia Elite, kind of just like a joke, honestly. I grabbed it, but and I wish I grabbed the other one, but it's okay. I think I might turn this into a custom Nick Gage. I think that is the goal with this. I know he's smiling, but for $5, I've really always wanted this basic. I think I'm going to make a Nick Gage Ultimate there. So we do have that. And yeah, or not Ultimate, but just a Nick Gage figure. I just have to find like camo shorts or camo pants. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa. We'll find out. Oh, the last loose figure I got here, because I've been watching a lot of Marky D123 here on YouTube, and I've been a fan of that kind of NWA TNA era. We do have an old Toy Biz Sting action figure. So no chest crunch here, but a ton of articulation otherwise. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, no butterflies, not a ton of head movement still, but this is just really cool. And I've always wanted this Sting figure, a pretty decent Sting figure, I would say. All right, so we do have that as well. I'll toss that to the side. All right, everything in box now. The last thing from Toying Around. And guys, I have been talking about this nearly since I started the channel, about having this starter pack of AEW figures. Like when sometime when I'm older and I want to sell off some of my collection, I want to be able to sell off an AEW action figure starter pack. That being the entranceway, a ring, and then some of those core AEW superstars like Mox, Cassidy, and I think I have a bunch of other ones in there. I also have that, what do you call it, that tournament 4-pack. But the last thing that I needed was a ring. And I was really, thinking about getting the big full-scale one, which I have right here on display. But Toying Around had this action ring, kind of the smaller one, with an exclusive Cody Rhodes figure for $40. And I was like, you know what? I had some store credit. I really wasn't spending a ton of money there. And I figured I would just get this and just check it off the list, seal the lid on that coffin. We are now officially done with that AEW starter pack that I've been talking about since the dawn of this channel here. So this is really cool. I now have, like I said, the entranceway, the ring, the Champions 4-pack, which has all the titles, MJF, Wardlow, Orange Cassidy, Thunder Rosa, and then I have that inbox Moxley and the other inbox Orange Cassidy. But that quest is now complete. All right, I'm rambling too much in this video. We got 2 more things to go off here, and then we're done. I'm just having fun today. It's Friday. I got nothing else to do. All right, guys, can you believe this? That we have Motor City Machine Gun WWE Elites in hand. This is crazy. I pre-ordered these guys on Ringside like literally a day before they were set to ship out, so I got them right as they hit. And I feel like I'm almost dreaming. If you guys really didn't know, aside from like FTR, maybe MCMG is my #1 favorite tag team of all time. I'm a massive fan of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. it's just unbelievable. You guys know me, I'm a big TNA fan. I mean, hell, I got the towel right there. I got some custom elites over there. Look, there's TN Angle sitting there next to TN Hardy. But guys, I am just so stoked for this. So right after this video, I will be unboxing these. The benefit for you is that the video of the review of these figures will be uploaded alongside this video. So if you want a quick review of these two Motor City Machine Gun figures, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, check those out on my channel. So we do have those, and I will be unboxing them. Two more figures that I will be unboxing, and then we're going to wrap this up. Included in that ringside order with the MCMG was a damaged packaging scapegoat Jack Perry, so I can finally upgrade my Jack Perry from that little lanky jungle boy to the bearded, man that he is now. Although this gimmick has since been retired, I think it'll fit him pretty well, and I can maybe add some accessories. So we do have that. And then the last thing from Toying Around, I think I said the ring was, but I lied. Anyways, we got the Tay Conti. You guys know me. I've been trying to build up my women's wrestling section, as you can see over here, and this is another figure that I did not have in the collection. So she's actually been featured more prominently on AEW this year and last year than she was in 23 and 24. So I think this will be a good investment, and for only $20, you really can't, ask for better. But I will leave it there, folks. A 10-minute video here, almost 11 minutes. All right, I'll leave it there. As always, my Friday haul. There we go. Toying Around, Blast from the Past toys and games, or toys and comics at the Mohawk Antique Mall. And then, of course, Ringside Collectibles. All right, I promise. I'll leave it there. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.